Becoming a man is something that a lot of people don't understand. It's a very complicated process, and it can be destructive and hurtful, and it most importantly means being a good human, being kind, being respectful, compliment rather than criticize, and value others and their opinions, and most importantly value yourself and take responsibility for your failures and forgive others for their mistakes. And unfortunately in society there's a lot of dominance between men rather than guidance and support. And yes, I understand men are generally very competitive and they want to be the best, and it's good to have goals and objectives, but a lot of men let it get to that stage where it becomes materialistic and ugly, and you've got to go about it in a more responsible and humble manner towards achieving your goals and objectives. And thankfully there are a lot of men who decide not to take this materialistic and dominant sort of view, but rather more responsible and humble about it. And you want to create a space where young men and women do not have to feel respected or valued by their community or society by having to act in a certain way. And we should constantly nurture examples of young successful men and women who decide not to take this dominant and negative sort of approach. And success doesn't mean owning a successful business, having the fanciest car, or living with a successful family. To me, success is just being happy with what you've got, appreciating the true meaning of life, your family, friends, and your partner. And this is difficult to do in society because we are surrounded by people who are obsessed with materialistic objects, money, fame, houses, what car you've got. And if you look at today's modern music, for example, the latest trap, hip-hop, house music, it's constructed around materialism, negativity. I'll beat you at this, I'll beat you at that, I make more money than you, and I disrespect you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you are one of these people, this shows a weakness or a vulnerability that you might have, and there is something that you can do about it. So let me see it like this. You might be very confident or positive about your financial situation. You're not going to wear your fancy Rolex watch, your golden chains, or drive your fancy car the whole time just to show off. You think to yourself, oh, I've got a bank. I don't need to show you what I've got or how much money I have. Or you might be very confident or positive about your sexuality or your desirability, and you don't need to talk to or flirt with, or the so-called term vibe with, 10 different girls at the same time through text or at the club, and talk about getting that so-called action every weekend, as my friends like to call it. And why is it that men have to talk to women like this? It's sad to see that the majority of men do this. Is it that you are stressed? Do you feel the need to show off? Oh, look, I'm talking to this woman, I'm talking to that woman, I do this and that to her. And it's so disappointing to see the majority of the men like this break innocent hearts and perfectly sweet girls. And I'm so sorry that men do this, and you don't need to be like this. I had one girl in my life. She was my high school sweetheart. We made each other happier than ever before. We couldn't have made each other any happier. And yes, I used to get asked all the time, how do you guys manage? How do you guys do it? And I saw an amazing video released by a very respectful YouTuber, Prince EA, who released a video that interviewed a couple that have been married together for 60 years.
A reporter asked an elderly couple, "How did you manage to stay together for 65 years? The woman's reply blew me away. She said, "We were born in a time when if something was broken, we would fix it, not just throw it away."
And what I learned from this is what most people call love today is not love at all. It's more of a possession, you know, as the saying goes, possession looks at the body while love looks at the soul. And I've suffered from possession materialism, and you'll notice how I spoke in the past tense about my partner, because I lost her. You know, I was losing sight of what I had in front of me, that my friends, my family, and my partner, and most importantly myself. And you know, I'm really sorry that I let the wrong type of people influence me into believing that you gotta have the best car, you know, you gotta have a lot of money to make it, and all these people cared about was money, you know, what sort of car you had, your house that you lived in. And I was losing everything that I had in front of me, and I'm really sorry that I disappointed those around me. I want to leave this with you, and I stand here stronger than ever before, more of a man than what I'll ever be, knowing the mistakes I've made, the wrong decisions I perhaps have made, but more humble than ever before. I've really learned to appreciate what I've got. And you know, I thank certain people for this, especially my family, my friends, just being there, not giving up on me. And I want to leave this with you. You've got to make mistakes, make bad decisions, but you've got to learn from them. You can't damn yourself for them, and that's what builds us, what molds us into the strong personal character that we are perhaps today. You know, you've got to forgive and move on, but never forget. And one more thing is respect the word love and say it to those that you truly do. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I know it's not usually the type of video I usually make, but I was just going through pretty much a down patch or a down time and wanted a way to sort of express my emotions, and at the same time maybe give you guys some tips that you can use to avoid some of the mistakes I mentioned in this video and perhaps learn from them. So comment down below what you think of this video, and if you maybe want to see more videos like this in the future, and leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new to receive some great content on how motivation, how you can succeed online and that sort of thing. But until then, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.